Black Ardie Savea will look even more like a superhero in tomorrow night's Rugby World Cup match against Canada, with the flanker set to wear goggles for the first time. In a bid to protect his deteriorating eyesight, Savea will sport the World Rugby-approved eyewear in the Pool B match in Oita after trialling them at training. Rugby reporter Joe Porter joins us live from Beppu, where Savea has been putting the goggles to the test. Hey Joe, when were the goggles cleared to be used by World Rugby?
Well, they were cleared in May as part of, World Rugby's desire and drive to be more inclusive, which is obviously a long time coming, and designed to essentially allow the visually impaired people out there who want to have a crack at playing rugby a chance to do just that, a chance to get on the field despite having visual impairment or visual problems. They can wear these now, certified or qualified glasses, goggles, so to speak, and get out there and give rugby a crack. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, so people who are listening and not watching, well, these things are sort of, I don't know, they're kind of a cross between a snorkeling mask and running glasses, slightly bigger than maybe you would expect. Why has he decided to wear them?
Yeah, I think it's a very good description, a sort of a combination between a ski mask or a snorkeling mask and some of those old-fashioned sports glasses you used to see cricketers wearing. He's decided to wear them because he has noticed a few years ago that his eyesight in his left eye was deteriorating and was quite bad, actually, quite blurry when he was only looking through his left eye. It's actually gotten worse, so he's gone to the All Blacks doctor and said, hey, look, what can we do about this? They've come up with a plan to get these goggles into use, and of course he was very worried that if his eyesight in his right eye started to deteriorate as well, he could end up being blind. Now he's got a young daughter, he wants to have more children, a young wife, a young family, and of course he wants to grow up watching them grow up, he wants to watch them grow up and be able to see all the things that they do and keep playing rugby, of course. So he's made a bold move and the right move to get it sorted, and now he's wearing these goggles in an attempt to not let his eyesight deteriorate anymore.
So what have his teammates said about it?
Yeah, they've all been very kind, of course, as you would expect. I mean, it is something to be taken pretty seriously, and I don't think anyone in their right mind would mock someone for trying to keep hold of their eyesight and take all the steps necessary to make sure that they can keep, their eyes working for the best part of their lives. So, no, they've all been very, very supportive. I spoke to Cody Taylor today. He was very supportive of the move, and he says they look pretty cool, actually. They give Ardie Savea and even another element of cool that he already has with his wonderful hair and his tattoos and, of course, his fantastic presence on the field. So actually, it's not necessarily a bad thing. He looks pretty smart, I think.
Hey, Joe, have you had a chance to try them? Because I'm just looking at the pictures we're playing here, and they're kind of quite thick underneath his eyes, and to the sides. Like, I'm wondering if his peripheral vision, or when he was looking down at his hands, that his range of vision would be in any way obscured by these goggles.
Yeah, you certainly would think it might be the case looking at them. I haven't tried them personally. I must ask to have a go when I next see them at training. But according to Ardie Savea, no, his range of vision, his peripheral vision is just fine using them, and it actually doesn't impair any sort of field of vision in his eyesight whatsoever. He's been trialling them in sort of 29-degree heat with a whole bunch of humidity, almost 100% here in Beppu. Fogging up, I guess, would be another concern.
Yeah.
But no, everything seems to be working really well. Everything seems to look good. It apparently doesn't affect any of his range of vision. And if he has had such bad eyesight in his left eye, then I guess maybe now he's got 20/20 vision. That's probably going to make him even more of a potent force out there on the field. Okay,
that's the mission between now and next time we speak, to give them a crack yourself. The other thing is whether he likes this or not. Do you reckon this is going to make him a role model? I mean, you talked about old school goggles. It's cool for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the NBA to play them. Is this going to be sort of like a stamp of cool for him, do you reckon?
I think you did right. I mean, yeah, it will become, a bit of a trademark for Ardie Savea if he continues to wear these goggles. And what it does is that all the people out there that have to wear glasses, especially young kids that have trouble with their eyesight and thought maybe rugby's a bridge too far for me, I can't see that well, I'm not allowed to wear my contacts and my glasses on the field, I simply can't play the game. Well, that's no longer the case. So whether or not he likes it, Ardie Savea is certainly going to be a role model for anyone with visual impairments around the world who wants to give rugby a crack. And not only will these kids now have the ability to do it with some legal goggles that are allowed to be worn by World Rugby, but they can see in all black. In fact, one of the best players in the world right now wearing the goggles, the exact same ones that they will wear. So whether there's any sort of self-consciousness among these young men and women that have visual impairments, that'll be gone now, seeing Mr. Cool Ardie Savea himself wearing the exact same goggles that they will be made available.
Thanks, Joe. That is Joe Porter joining us from Japan there.